What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man here in the back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Alright, so we're going to be showcasing the unit I hate the most right now, because it took me almost 1,500 plus stones to get one copy of, but I've seen people get them in 50 stones, the Super Saiyan Gogeta. Let's jump right in. I've got a little bit of a setup differently here for him. So he's going to be in position to get linked up with the Gogeta, the STR Gogeta, is going to be my plan to get them side by side, because they do in fact share I think 6 out of 7 links. But let me read his breakdown really quick. So the Gogeta is a Movie Heroes, 200%, key 3. Greatly raises attack and defense on his super attack, raises defense, and then greatly raises attack for one turn on his 18 key. Key plus 2, attack and defense of 154%, attacks effective against all types, plus additional attack and defense of 100% when performing a super, guards all attacks for 3 turns from entry turn, so right now. Key plus 1 per key sphere obtained, key plus 2 per rainbow key sphere obtained, randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, physics loaded to rainbow, launch an additional attack, it's a great chance of becoming a super, and launch an additional super with 1 or more rainbow key spheres obtained. So we're actually going to do this. I don't know why I'm doing it this way, but we're just going to, because I want to. We're going to put Gogeta on the final slot to rotate him off onto rotation with this guy, because they need to be side by side. I brought him, just because he'd be pretty cool. But I brought him as a support unit and him as a support unit to just kind of showcase this team. And I also brought a supplemental support just in case for some reason I don't have that support item or the support unit available on that rotation. I brought the Bulma 20% support item. So we should be alright there. And the Vegito, the AGL Vegito here will as well link relatively well with the blue Gogeta, if I remember right. They get 6 links they share. The blue Gogeta and the blue Vegito, the new ones from the worldwide download and from this celebration, do link pretty good together, 6 out of 7. So, kind of like the STR Gogeta and the Fizz Gogeta. They both link 6 out of 7 links. 9.5 milli turn 1. I didn't think to look at his defense, which is kind of my fault. But I guarantee he had a pretty decent defense. I can't guarantee it'd be high, but it's probably decent. He stacked defense on his 18 key, so you really want to let that build up a couple times. And rotating them off probably isn't the best option, but I kind of need to get the rotations to fit the way I would like them to. Alright, so we're going to keep you in slot 1, definitely for now. Keep you in slot 2 to let you build up a little bit your attack stat, and keep the AGL Gogeta rotating. The main plan for this fight is just to breeze through it with the Gogetas side by side. My rotations are going to be the AGL Gogeta, or I'm sorry, the Fizz Gogeta and the STR Gogeta, and then my second rotation is probably going to be AGL Gogeta and AGL Vegito back to back. It's most likely going to be my rotations. Is what I'm kind of thinking for later on. But right now, and actually the AGL Gogeta links 6 out of 7 with the Fizz Blue Gogeta as well. So there's that. They just don't link legendary power. So you can run those two side by side if you have them both. But as you can see, the AGL Gogeta takes a lot of damage still, which is not that great. But it is what it is. This man should do a ton of damage. The AGL Gogeta needs to dodge at this point, but that's kind of the issue. Dodging isn't reliable at all for the most part. It'll hit on occasion, but most of the times it isn't reliable enough. A lot of units they need to start giving Garden a little bit of damage reduction or something, some sort of damage mitigation. I was hoping for a double super, but we didn't get it. Yeah, see, he's had 3 chances to dodge, and he has not dodged once. And if I remember right, that man has high chance of evading. High chance of evading, and he did not dodge a single time. Now we can start rotating off the Gohan and the Gohan. Well, the dual Gohans, because I have them both as supports. One's 35%, I think one's 50%. But we can rotate them off a little bit. Try to get the rotations lined up like we like. Because I don't think... I don't know how I feel about this Gogeta. He's good. Was he worth going as far as I went with stones? Probably not. But we shall see. But we have Gogeta Blue already. I'm going to put him slot 2 right off the get-go. We're not even going to put him in slot 1. We probably could, but I also really don't want him to power through the stage just yet. We could transform him right now, but we're not going to. Give him that one rainbow key sphere. And let's get those key activated. So, turn his second appearance. Gogeta is sitting on 672,000 attack and about 227,000 defense. Attacks effective against all types. So let's see what he does. 6 out of 7 links activated right now. 8.74 million. Not terrible, but again, attacks effective against all types is going to make him completely just burst through defenses. This is going to raise his defense as well. This is just a normal attack. Can we get an additional? Yes, we can, because I grabbed that one rainbow. Another 6 million, so that puts him at about 15 million on super attacks. He isn't at his final power yet, so that's part of the reason why. Let's see what he takes. He does have type advantage, so he still could take a little bit of damage, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, he didn't take much at all. I mean, they're both link level 10, the Gogeta and the Broly that I used. So, I mean, that was my plan, was to get them link level 10, make the 55% showcases on them, and see what they could really do. This Gogeta still shows out a little more in terms of damage, but we'll see when we get them actually side by side. Okay, he's got that guaranteed dodge. I was about to say, how is he dodging? I forgot. Guaranteed dodge. So, looking like turn 2 is going to need to be... Or turn 2 next turn, I'm probably going to need to transform, more than likely. Because having the... maybe not, actually. We might be alright. We should have a support on rotation, too, that we can kind of work with. And having the dual Gogetas side by side could be pretty good. Here is the AGL Gogeta Blue, which again links 6 out of 10 or 6 out of 7 with the other guys. So let's do this. Give them those. Give you those. Yeah, see, he's sitting on a minimal 191% or 191,000 defense. He is absolutely terrible in terms of defense, but luckily he greatly raises defense on his super. And that's even with the Gohan on rotation, mind you, with a support for AGL. And he's sitting with such low defense. Absolutely minimal defense. So I'm kind of a little worried about him later on. But right now, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to keep him in a position where he has a chance to dodge or at least super first every time. Alright, these guys, I still wish they would hit harder. I'm glad they're coming back on part 2 banners for the Gohan, so I can actually have a chance of getting them. I mean, he hits hard. 9.1 million. This Gogeta hits hard. I'm not going to lie about that. The AGL Gogeta does hit pretty hard with a 9 million. And he has attacks effective against all types or guaranteed crit. One of the two. I think it might be guaranteed crit. Alright, so we do have a support unit this turn in the Gohan. He's sitting on 319,000 defense. Do I transform him right here? Or do I let him build one more turn? If I swap these two, he'll get Golden Warrior from the Gohan. I say we do the Swap-a-Rooney really quick, put him slot 2, give him that one rainbow, and we got that support from the Gohan in slot 3, which is all allies key 2, 35%. So he's still sitting at just about 319,000 defense in slot 2, which really didn't help anything, but I kind of wanted the blue Gogeta, this one, in slot 1 because he has slightly higher defense, sitting at about 500k. So 14.8 million from this guy. Next time these two come around, we are going to activate the active skill and get him to transform into blue Gogeta and see how well he fares once he's transformed. Because at the transformed state, he gets a 54% heal every turn for the 4 turns he appears, so you get it twice. 9.9 million, so this man hasn't even crossed the 10 million attack stat yet, and that's with a 35% support beside him at 55%. Is that a little underwhelming? No, not necessarily, because of the fact that he does so much damage with the attacks effective against all types. But like I was saying, he recovers 54% HP at the start of its character's turn for 4 turns, so he'll get 2 54% heals. What does he take this for? 74 damage, not bad. Oh, let's see what he takes the super for, actually, and then I'll finish reading the passive skill. This is post-double super. 64 damage, not bad. He gets key plus 3 attack and defense at 200% when going blue. Attacks effective against all types, plus additional attack and defense by 100% when forming a super. Key plus 2 per key sphere obtained. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type. Phase excluded to rainbow. Launches an additional attack, which has a great chance of becoming... Launches an additional super attack, I'm sorry. Then launches another additional super attack with 1 or more rainbow key spheres obtained. Great chance of evading enemy's attack. And chance of forming a crit with 20% with each attack evaded in that turn. and he has a great chance of nullifying Ki Blast supers directed at the unit. I'm not going to transform them just yet. Let them build up their defense just a little bit more. You heard the dog barking out in the living room. Let them just build up one more turn worth of defense, and then defense and offense, and then we'll transform them. Because at that point is when we'll probably need them to be super tanky. And having that little bit of extra defense and offense, they did a single super attack, that's it. Alright, 7.62 million. Yeah, see, drastically he lost about a 2 million off his attack stat by losing that support unit. Which that's a lot, but the guaranteed crits there kind of help. Alright, so now we have Rex barking in the living room. We have this support Gohan. The reason we brought him is because he does AGL Tech and Fizz, Ki +2, attack and defense of 30%, plus an additional defense of 120, and AGL Tech and Fizz types attack and defense +20 as the third attacker. So having him in that third slot, he has Ki 2 plus 50% to stats. So let's activate this. Let's see what he looks like turn 1 with that activated. Let's give all these Ki Spheres first. Let's get this fully built up. Let's see them side by side. He is sitting on 432,000 defense. He does not have a guard. He has a great chance of dodging, so he has a 70% chance to dodge. That is legitimately all he has. He lost PFB. If he was in slot 2, he would have PFB with this Gohan, so that would have given him an additional 5%. But right now, this is the rotation we're looking at. So the Gogetas both have about 400,000 defense. Let's see how well they fare. Let's legitimately see how well they do. 14 million. I don't know what he's barking at. 14 million. 14 million first super. That's pretty good. He massively raises his attack on his 18 Ki, and then greatly raises it on his 12 Ki. I think that was a 9 million attack stat, so that puts him at 23 million over 2 supers. So I think he can launch 3 supers here for us guaranteed. Yep, there it is. That's another 10 million. So that's pretty decent. That puts him at about 36 to 34 million, 34 to 36 million on 3 supers. And then I think he can get one from his hidden potential as well. So that wouldn't have been bad. But about 36 million. He's taking these hits pretty well. He also did raise his defense twice on that super attack, which is nice. So that's another reason why you really want to make sure you get him that Rainbow Ki Sphere, because he gets that defensive stacking greatly twice if you can get him 2 Ki Spheres. This Gogeta needs to super again. That would have been great right there, but he didn't for some reason. I don't know why. It just he didn't pop. It is what it is though. Gohan with the clutch. Ooh, let's see what he takes us for. I'm actually kind of interested to see what this Gohan takes us for. Type advantage. He massively raises his defense. Or massively raises attack with his defense. 200,000, that's not terrible. Realistically, that's not bad. Alright, rotate these 2 around. Activate this really quick. Why can't we activate? Oh, our health is high. Whoops. Put them in slot 1. Yeah, so our health is too high. 300,000 defense. He's saying about 300,000 with the support unit, with the support memory, plus the support unit of 35%. So he really needs that extra defense. Dokkan mode, I'm not too worried about getting that right now. If we get it, or once we get it, I'm not too worried about wasting it. I kind of want to get the Gogeta up next turn.
Time to get serious.
And activate his active skill before he runs out. There will be no passive next rotation, or not passive, no support, I'm sorry. So I'll probably activate the support item Bulma, just to give us that extra support of 20% since we're missing out on the support unit. Let's see, these guys should finish the stage off. If they don't, the Gogeta in slot 2 definitely will. Oh yeah, they definitely did, perfect. So final stage, type advantage. Activate this. Only problem is he needs a Rainbow Ki Sphere to really utilize his ability. But the good thing that I can do is, since he's the target now, I could swap this here, put him in slot 1, give him that Rainbow. Gogeta's going to get hit by all the attacks anyway. But looking at him at max links, post active skill, which means all of his defensive stacking activates, he is looking at about 3.5 million super attack, 3.5 million, I'm sorry, attack stat, 824,000 defense without a support item, without a support unit on rotation. So let's fabricate one by activating a 20% support item. puts him just almost 1 million defense and about 4.2 million attack stat. So with us fabricating that defensive buff from the support unit, if we had one, this man is going to hit ridiculously high numbers. We got the 54% health heal, attack and defense of 100% goes in once we did that active skill, and he gets a chance of performing a crit plus 20% with each attack evaded, and he gets guaranteed evasion for 1 turn. So right there, that gives us guaranteed evasion. We're going to dodge all 6 of those attacks in the first 2 slots. So we're going to... Oop, my chair just creaked. So we're going to be 20, 40, 60. We're going to be about 100% guaranteed chance for a crit, plus attacks effective against all types, with a fabricated 20% support on rotation, as long as this Gogeta doesn't finish him off. Do not finish him off, Gogeta. Perfect. Thank you. Dodge. Dodge. And dodge. We're at 120% chance to crit. 17 million. First super with a fabricated support item. Also fabricated support unit. All links activated. Let's see. 17 milli. Not terrible. Second super. 12 million. So that puts him at 29 million. Are we going to get a third super off? If we do, that would be fantastic. And now that we did not. But we would have theoretically, because he would have been able to launch a third super because of his passive. It launches one normally, an additional super, and then another one with a rainbow key sphere. So that would have given us that third super. And since he was at 988,000 defense prior to launching that super, he got that additional 50% defensive buff. He would have got the additional 50% as well from the second super. But there you guys have it. That is how good the Gogeta and Broly are. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I think they're both fantastic. The Broly is definitely more of the powerhouse one of the two. And I think the Gogeta might actually be slightly better defensively because of the fact that he has that guaranteed dodge in his active skill. But even then, Broly still takes quite a bit of damage. He can tank quite a bit of damage, But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.